Let us learn about the QBasic programs with conditions and loops. So QBasic is the programming language in which you can write the programs and you can run the programs. So let us see the QBasic editor. QBasic editor usually having the menus like file, edit, view, search, run, debug, options. So in this editor you will write the program and you can also run the program. So now let us see about variables and constants. A variable is a memory location whose contents keep on changing during the execution of the program. Means a variable is a memory location whose value can be changed during the execution of the program. So here two types of variables are there. First one is the numeric variable. It stores the numeric value. String variable stores the string value. It ends with a dollar sign. So a variable name always starts with an alphabet followed by more alphabets or numbers. It can be a maximum of 40 characters long. Now about the constant. A constant is a value which remains fixed during the execution of a program. So the constant is a fixed value that do not change during the execution of a program. So here constants are of two types, numeric constant and the string constant. So these are the numeric values on which calculations can be done, and the string constant, these are the strings or the numbers all within double quotes. So string always written in the double quotes. So here some statements are there. So first one is the CLS. CLS, it clears the screen whenever you run the program. It clears the screen and shows the result. Let command is used to assign a value to the variable. Ram command used to write the remarks. That means the text after ram is taken as comments. And it ends the program. Input statement is used to accept a value for the variable through the keyboard. So now let us see the example one by one. So now the use of let command. CLS let a equals to 5, that means 5 is assigned to variable a, and then the print command is used to print the value that is stored in a. So while running the program, click on start and here is the output. Now let us see the use of input command. So input statement to receive the input through the keyboard, enter a name, the variable, string variable is used with the dollar sign. Input age, now the numeric value age is used. Now print name is string variable and the age is now the numeric variable. So clicking on the run, start. So here you can see the output, the name is and the age. Now here we will see the use of print command with the comma. So it will print items zone wise. With the use of comma, the item will be printed zone wise. While clicking on the start, here you can see the output. Now let us see the use of print command with tab. With the tab option, it will print the data items at specified column numbers. So the statement print tab 5 and string is my, and tab 10 with the string India. So now let us run the program and see the output. Now here is the output, my and India. The tab 5 first printed the my option with the 5th column and India second one from the 10th column. So now about the if statement. If statement, if condition returns true, then the statements inside the body of if are executed and the statements inside body of else are skipped. So means if the condition written in the if statement returns the value true, then the statements inside the body of if are executed. And if the condition returns false, then the statements inside the body of if are skipped and the statements in the else are executed. So in the if the condition is true, then the statements after the if statements are executed. If the condition is false, then the else part or the statement written after the else part is executed. Now let us see the use of if statement. So three variables are used here to enter the numbers. Enter first number in variable A, second number in variable B, and enter third number in variable C. So expression is used here, A plus B plus C. The sum of these three variable will be stored in the variable D, and here we will print the sum is. And now if D greater than 80, then print excellent, else print work hard. That means if the sum is greater than D, then excellent will be printed, otherwise work hard. So let us see the output. Enter the first number. So just entering the number. Now else if statement or else if command allows to check multiple conditions. Means the else if command allows you to perform a secondary action if the first expression mentioned with the if statement was false. So now let us see the use of else if statement. So enter a number between 1 to 3. So if num equals to 1, then print you pressed 1. Else if num equals to 2, then print you pressed 2. Else if num equals to 3, then print you pressed 3. Else print wrong number entered. So now let us see the output. Now let us see about the looping statement. Loops are meant for the repetition of a particular activity. Loops include certain series of instructions which are to be repeated for a particular number of times or till the conditions are satisfied. That means looping statements are used to repeat the particular activity. Now the first loop is the for next loop. The for next statement instructs the computer to repeat a set of instructions for a given number of times. The next statement will take the program control back to the for statements to execute the next repetition. So now let us see the use of for next statement. Enter in name in the nm variable. Now for I equals to 1 to 5, print I and nm. That means the loop will be run from 1 to 5. So let us see the output of. So here you can see the loop is, the output is printed. So the name is printed 5 times according to the loop. So now let us see the use of step clause in for next looping statement. With the help of step statement, you can increment the number according to, because by default the next statement increments only 1. So with the help of a step, you can increase the increment how much increment you want every time the loop is executed. Now let us see how to print numbers in decreasing order using the reverse in for next loop. The negative step statement is used. Now let us see the use of reverse in for next looping statement. You can also print in decreasing order with the help of step statement or step clause. You have to use the negative number. Now exiting from for next loop, the exit for statement is used to exit from the for next loop. The program control will shift to the statement after the next statement of the loop structure. Now let us see the use of exit for looping statement. Whenever you want to exit from the program, the exit for looping statement is used. So for CT is the variable equals to 1 to 10. That means the loop will be run up to 10 times. So input enter a number or 555 to stop. If n matches 555, then exit for. Let sm is the variable, equals to sm plus n. That means the value of n will be added to sm and stored in sm. Next, ct, increment in ct variable. and after that print sum is the total will be printed. So now executing the program, clicking on start. Now enter a number or 555 to stop, just entering a number 10, and again next time the second time loop is executed. So 3 times number 10, 20, 30, and fourth time 555 is entered, so the sum is 60. Now let us see the library functions in QBasic. In QBasic language, certain functions that are built in allow to perform some operations in a quick and easy way. These functions are also called library functions. Each library function has a 3-letter name followed by the expression enclosed in the parenthesis. So this expression is called argument. So now let us see these library functions. So these functions can be grouped into the following types: numeric functions and string functions. So now let us see the use of numeric functions. So first one is the int. Int function returns the integer part. That means the number that you entered in the int function, the integer part will be returned. Abs function. Abs function returns the absolute value. That means abs function, the value that you will give in the abs function will return the absolute value. SGN function determine the sign of the number. So -1 will be returned for the negative and +1 for the positive. So mode function returns the remainder after division. So now let us see the output of the program. So here is the output. Int function returns the integer part, that means the value 33. Abs function returns the absolute value, that means the 60. SGN function determine the sign of the number, that means -1 for negative. And mode function returns the remainder after division, that means 15 divided by 2, remainder is 1. So now let us see the use of string functions. First one is the write function. This function returns the specified number of characters from the rightmost side of the string. Next one is the left function. This function returns the specified number of characters from the leftmost side of the string. Mid function. This function returns a string of m characters starting at the position n of the string. Now length function. This function returns the number of characters in the string including the spaces. And str function, this function returns the string value of a number. Now let us run the program and see the output. So here you can see write function, rightmost side value, the specified numbers. For the left, for the mid, starting from 2 up to the characters. Length function returns the length of the characters, and string function, this function returns the number of characters in the string including the spaces.